Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Kim taking another segment of Victory Sunday. So, Victory Sunday, I like to talk about football, basketball, baseball, and even hockey. Because if you know anything about me, I love sports. And if you've been living in Iraq lately, Conor McGregor, he actually lost a fight with Max Holloway over Saturday in 69 seconds. And pretty much this fight was over with from the start, from the get-go. It's pretty much like what ended up occurring was, like, normally, like, they say, like, Conor McGregor is like a striker, and he tried to, like, pace himself throughout the fight, but this time he tried to go all in early on, and that shit backfired. I mean, that mess backfired, and pretty much it just blew out his knee, and the fight was pretty much over in 7 seconds. Now they say the fight lasted 69 seconds, but it really does lasted less than that, because it seemed like Max Holloway actually had sympathy for him, and he didn't even try to strike him while he was on the ground and stuff like that. But they ended up calling the fight off. And in the gist of the fight, yo, like they said, like Conor McGregor had surgery like right after that, like 2 days or something like that after the fight. And pretty much what occurred was just like, yo, like Conor McGregor was done pretty much. And so like they're saying like Conor McGregor actually want to have one last fight, and that he actually want to have his last fight with actually Max Holloway, which I don't think is a good idea, but at the end of the day, it's not my opinion. It's Conor McGregor's opinion, and pretty much just like going from there, like how I just said before, like I said, like about the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao situation. Yo, these dudes, they got their legacies intact, man. I don't want to see them fight, man. So I actually didn't even watch the fight. But on to another topic. If you've been living up your rock lady, a better fight that actually occurred wasn't actually not even on the UFC ring. It was actually in the NBA basketball arena. And if you've been living up your rock lady, if you don't know what I'm talking about Bam Adebayo actually put his hands on his former teammate. He actually ended up putting his hands on his former teammate Tyler Hero. I had to draw a blank, but you know how it be. I'm shooting at this video Friday night or whatever. But yeah, like I said, he actually put his hands on Tyler Hero, and pretty much the gist of it was just like Tyler Hero actually need to put his hands on this person, but pretty much in the gist of it, what actually ended up occurring was that Tyler Hero, someone leaked DMs of them saying how Tyler Hero is pretty much criticizing Bam's play. He was just like, how the heck this man get a max contract and he only a defender and he don't really get buckets like that? And Tyler Hero actually, you need to put your hands on the person who said that, who actually leaked them DMs, because like they really ain't your friend, they really ain't your boy. So look out for your mans, dog. And like the thing about it though is, it seemed like the teammates and the organization really didn't rock with Tyler Hero, because we seen it like even at the summer league game and stuff like that. They were trolling him there, and then even Pat Riley, even with the Giannis press conference, they were trolling him at the press conference. So it seemed like there has been some type of issue that has been brewing with Tyler Hero and the Heat organization that we don't know about. Of course, it's professional, so they know how to keep things underneath the rug. But like I said, also, man, even with that being said, there's two things that you don't want to do to a man that will warrant him putting his hands on you, and that's talking about his money and it's talking about his family. Now, there is, like, you call him another name, but we just talking about those two outside forces. So those two, yeah, you're going to get your hands put on you. So there's no sympathy towards Tyler Hero. But on to the last topic. If you've been living up right lately, I'm not a huge football fan, and I do listen to the experts, but Spain and Argentina is going to play in the World Cup Finals on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Now, if you've been living in rock lately, Argentina, like, they've been getting by, but they got the GOAT, man. So and you know the GOAT, like, you can never count them out in hindsight. Like, when they played against England, they was down by, I think, like 2-1 or 2-0 or something like that, and with 76 seconds left, or 1-0 with 76 minutes left, and they still ended up winning the game. And they actually had a comeback, I think, against Egypt, where they was down 3-2 or something like that. But both on those two occasions themselves, like, you can just tell, like, Argentina has a never die moment just because they got the GOAT. But Spain, like, people pretty much been saying like they one of the best teams. I actually even said in my last video, I thought Spain and France was like the two best teams. That's why I like talking to other people and stuff like that. And Spain is actually on, like, I believe, a 37 game win streak. They're actually going for the European record for 38 games. But this is just a game that comes out to pretty much a classic. Like, you know, like the better team versus the greatest player, one of the greatest of all time. And so I think it's just gonna come down to like either one or two things. If the game's gonna be close and then the GOAT is gonna prevail, or the game is not gonna be that close. and it's gonna be a beat down, and Spain gonna win by 2 or 3 scores. But if that occurs, I do think Spain will win. And so with all that is being said, this is Kevin Sykes, and I'm out this bitch.